guys, don't forget, before we get into our sneak peek, like, subscribe to the Crime Chat, ring the bell, or this guy's gonna come after you.
Previously on CrimeChat.
Who would have thought we would have talked 5 minutes about Mel Brooks?
I know.
Well, today, chatters, we are continuing our Season 4 series theme of Into the Unknown. As a side note, this is our last bonus episode of Season 4.
We're nearing the end of Season 4.
I know!
I know. I know. It's like
this happened.
Our Season 4 finale is September 27th, and we will kick off Season 5 on November 8th.
As a reminder, to listen to all of our bonus episodes in full, you need to be subscribed to Patreon.
Coming up.
So we're talking about a woman in a box. That can't be good. Actually, we're in boxes too.
What happens when everything you do is a big rock?
You get a bulldozer. That's what you do. And this is your last solo story for Season 4. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's a banger.
For Season 4. Oh!
This is a banger. You're not allowed to Google during the story.
I won't.
Okay.
For your intro, you did want me to go over some stats on kidnappings and hostages, some demographics. Now, victim demographics can also vary, but certain groups are more vulnerable in high-risk areas, such as children. But I hope that helps for your story.
It does.
Okay, good.
Today's case comes with a heavy warning on top of the warning you gave before.
Yeah, we don't do that often, but when we do, we make sure it's done.
It's a doozy, yeah. It's one of the most extreme cases of abduction, torture, and captivity I've ever come across. Hey there, chatters, I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I am your forensic femme fatale, Natalie's true crime-addict connoisseur.
We're just two normal girls obsessed with dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
And here's your disclaimer, chatters. The following Crime Chat contains adult content and will probably have some violent scenarios. We're talking about a woman in a box. That can't be good. Actually, we're in boxes too. Your listener discretion is advised.
You've been warned. And before we get into today's Crime Chat, Kat, what have you been up to?
I'm back in school. I had a week off. I've got my next class started, and then on Monday is the class I'm teaching. So school.
Yeah.
We did watch a movie, the newest Planet of the Apes movie, and it was really good. I thought
I've
it was
never
really
seen
good.
one.
Really?
Never watched it.
I like them. But other than that, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm part of this writers group. It's basically like a writing support group. We encourage one another. So I've been kind of part of that group now for a couple of months. And we do an accountability bingo. August was the first.
Accountability bingo?
Yes.
What is that?
That is, if you can imagine, a vision board. It's just like a bingo card.
So it's a vision board, like a short-term vision board?
Yeah, it's like a monthly goal. I've been kind of watching it like June, July, seeing what people were doing. And I was like, okay, August, let's try this. But it really kind of gets you thinking on your focus and authorship. So my poor novel's at a stall, but we'll get there. Other than that, that's it. What about you?
It's ironic that you should mention the vision board because I am also teaching a class right now at work. And it's about the rock theory. I learned this 30 years ago because that teacher, that professor once did that jar thing in his classroom. Like,
yes,
gave people a visual, but the theory's been around longer than that.
Yeah.
So I was just speaking to somebody that I work with and I'm like, the difference between like daily activities, agenda-driven activities, what you need to accomplish, all this stuff.
Right.
And then I realized, I'm like, what happens when everything you do is a big rock? And then my coworker's like, then you get crushed by them. I'm like, yeah, that's basically it.
You get a bulldozer. That's what you do.
Yeah. Other than that, that's all I've been doing. I've just been kind of like crunching numbers. I've been in Excel hell. At one point, I was like strictly working from home, which I'm not technically doing anymore. So with that, now I'm like dealing with like the Sarasota traffic. I'm like, I leave at like 4:30. I'm like, I'll be home by 5:30. Hell no. No. It doesn't work like that. And I'm like, I don't know how I did it up north. a 2-hour ride to where I needed to go.
Yeah.
And not think anything of it.
And this is your last solo story for season 4.
It?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I go next week, and then our season finale, we both do a story. So this is your last solo.
Yeah, it's a banger.
For season 4. Oh!
This is a banger. You're not allowed to Google during the story.
I won't.
Okay.
I promise. So for your intro, you did want me to go over some stats on kidnappings and hostages, some demographics. We did cover some of that in the Luis Armando Albino story we did. That was episode 140. You went over some of that for the intro. But with it being such a vast topic, fill in some more gaps here on demographics. As you mentioned previously, it is hard to determine a clear compiled list of statistics often associated with kidnappings, hostage takings. Kidnappings, for instance, can fall under broader categorical crimes, such as violent crimes, human trafficking, and missing person cases. And hostage taking is categorized as a type of violent crime, so the characteristics of the cities with the highest violent crime rates can offer insights into the environment where such incidences are more likely to occur. While a precise ranking is not necessarily obtainable because records and reporting, we talked about that, public records can offer some context on kidnapping and hostage-related crimes. But I hope that helps for your story.
It does.
Okay, good.
Well, today's case comes with a heavy warning on top of the warning you gave before.
Yeah, we don't do that often, but when we do, we make sure it's done.
It's a doozy, yeah. Because what you're about to hear is not easy. In fact, it's one of the most extreme cases of abduction, torture, and captivity I've ever come across. This story isn't just disturbing, it's horrifying to the core. Today, we are covering the story of the woman in a box. Who it was, what happened, and why. And when I say we need an extra warning, I mean it.
Okay.
On CrimeChat, we often tell horrible true stories. Sometimes we even cover movies that are inspired or based on these stories. But this time, Kat, there will never be a movie based or inspired on this case. That's how disturbing it is. Too disturbing for Hollywood to tackle.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Wow.
Let's start with Cameron Hooker. He was born on November 5th, 1953 in California to parents Harold and Marina. At 16, Cameron also started to have some dark, disturbing, and disgusting fantasies. He started collecting porno magazines, and he had an interest in BDSM and bondage.
This reminds me of BTK, like early, the things like growing up, like that age kind of where you started to fantasize about these really dark things.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Yeah.
Particularly dominating women, tying them up, and torturing them. But what's truly disturbing is that he didn't want the women to give consent. He fantasized about forcing himself on women and taking complete control. Cameron graduated from high school in 1972 and soon found work at the local lumber mill. But this was also the period when his twisted fantasies became it went from imagination to reality. He started to test the waters. At age 19, he met 15-year-old Janice Class. 15! Janice came from a very strict, deeply religious household. She was the youngest of 4 children, but instead of being sheltered and loved, she grew up feeling unwanted.
Yeah, it was a different time then, too.
It was the 70s.
70s, man, they're wild.
They're wild. When Janice met Cameron, she did introduce him to her parents, and Janice was shocked that her parents loved him. This is part of his plan. Okay.
Oh, he was putting on a facade.
Oh, yeah. Cameron had a plan. He needed somebody weak, young, and insecure to victimize.
Yes.
And he chose her to be in a relationship with. Cameron didn't waste any time. On their first date, Cameron convinced Janice to take part in one of his sexual fantasies.
On their first date?
On their first, and when they left mom and dad's house. And this is when Cameron spots a pretty young hitchhiker who was alone on the side of the road.
It's the 70s, man.
Yeah. Her name, Colleen Stan.